Alright guys, so at this moment guys, I will now discuss our lesson 4, Java Scanner class. Okay, so you can open this Google slide from the Google Classroom that I posted. You can click the link of this lesson 4, and then after you click, this Google slide will be opened. Okay, so you can follow what I will be discussing guys if you will open this Google slide on your own. Okay, alright, so again guys, our topic for today is scanner class. Okay, so let's start our lesson for today. Let me just present this. Alright, so our topic for today, scanner class in Java programming. Okay, so first, what is Java scanner class? Okay, so scanner class or scanner is also called as Java user input. Okay, the scanner class is used to get user input, and it is found in the java.util package. Okay, so basically guys, we are going to use the scanner class in Java if we want to get the data that the user will input. Okay, so for example, if you want to ask your user, like enter your name, enter your username, enter your password, so the user will type their data using the keyboard, right? So all those data that they will type, that they will input using the keyboard, so we can get all those data using scanner class. Okay, so all the previous lessons guys that we had, we are initializing value for our variables, right? For example, we want to add two numbers. We gave the two numbers ourselves, right? So we can get those numbers from the user. Okay? The people or the person or the customer that will use your program, they will type their own data, and using scanner class, we can get those data that they will input. Okay? So that is scanner class in Java. So how to use Java scanner class in Java? So to use the scanner class, so first we have to create an object of the class and use any of the available methods found in the scanner class documentation. Okay, so inside the scanner class, there are different methods. Okay, later I will show you all those methods that you can use in scanner class of Java. Alright? So again guys, to use Java scanner, you have to create an object of the scanner class. Okay? So I already taught you guys how to create an object last time, right? And later I will show you some example again on how to use Java scanner. Okay? So here guys, I will show you an example. Okay? We will use the next line method. Okay, this is one of the methods that you can use in Java scanner. So we're going to use next line method in the next slide in the example, which is used to read strings. Okay, so next line method guys, this is used to read or to get the value of strings. Okay, remember strings, they are multiple characters, right? Paragraphs or words. Okay, those are the values that you can input inside strings, and next line is used to get that or to read that values. Okay, so let's move on to the example. All right, so this is an example guys of using Java scanner. So the very first thing that you have to remember guys is if you want to use the scanner class in Java, you have to import the scanner class. Okay, so how to import the scanner class? So you just have to type import before the class. Okay, this is outside the class. Okay, so you have to type import java.util.scanner. Okay, so if you do this, there should be a semicolon at the end. Okay, so if you import this guys, if you like type this in your program, this means that you can use the Java scanner in your program. Okay? And then next is, in this example, the name of class is my class. And then this is the main method, public static void main. And inside the main method is where we are going to perform our program, right? So earlier, I told you guys that the first thing that you have to do so that you can use scanner class, you have to create an object. So this is how you create an object, okay? You see there is a comment here, create a scanner object. So this is how you create scanner, because the name of the class is scanner, right? So you just have to put here scanner, and then the name of your object. In this example, the name of my object is my obj, or my object, and then equals, and then new, okay, new, and then scanner, and then open and close parentheses, and inside the open and close parentheses is system.in, and then semicolon. All right, so this is how you will create an object of scanner in Java. Okay, in this example, guys, we want to get the username. All right, so after you create an object, right, we created right here my obj, so we have already have the object of scanner. Next is we will ask the user using system.out. So here it says enter username. All right, so this will be displayed. Next thing, guys, is we have to create a variable wherein we can save the value of the username. And in this case, in this example, I declare a variable named username, and the data type is string. Okay, so string username equals, and then the name of your object. The name of the object that we created is my obj, so we put here my obj, and then the method that we will use is that next line. Okay, so that next line is used if we want to read string inputs. Okay, so this line of code here, guys, this one, so this is the code if you want to read the user input. Okay, using this code, whatever username that the user will put when they were asked enter username, it will be saved inside this variable username. And then if we want to check, we will system that out, that print line username is, and then the variable username. Okay, so this will display username is, and then the username that you will enter. Okay, so this is an example, guys, of how to use scanner class in Java. So of course we will try this one, guys, so that you will understand it more, and we will do this here. Okay, so let me just, so I will create here, guys, a new Java main class. All right, I will name my class, let's say scanner example. Okay, let's see, the name of my class is scanner example, and then finish. All right, so here I've already created my class named scanner example, and you can see here this is our main method here. So this is where we're going to perform our, or we're going to put our program. So again, guys, the first thing that you have to do is you have to import. Okay, you have to import java.util.scanner. Okay, so that you can use the scanner input, the scanner class. Okay, okay, so as I told you guys, the first thing that you have to do is you have to import the scanner class. Okay, import java.util.scanner. Okay, and after this, after you import the scanner class of Java, we can now perform our program and we can now use the scanner class inside the main method. Okay, so let's try and do this example, guys. So the very second thing that you have to do is you have to create an object. Okay, so let me just put here a comment: import scanner class. Okay, this is how you import the scanner class. Okay, and next is we want to create an object of the scanner. So we have to put here scanner, and then let's say the name of my object is, let's say, scan, and then equals, and then new scanner, and then open close parentheses, and then system dot in. Okay, and then semicolon here. All right, so this is how you will create an object of the scanner class. So let me just put here a comment: create object of scanner class. Okay, so this is first you need to import java util.scanner and then create an object of the scanner class so that you can use the scanner. And the next is we will now system.out. So let's say we want to, on this example, guys, we are asking the username, right? So we can put here, we can ask like two values. Let's say first we will ask the system.out.println, and then we will ask the enter username. Okay, and then we can also after this we can put the value. Okay, so we will declare a variable first. So let's declare here a variable string. Let me make it like this so that it will. Okay, so here we will create a variable string and then we will name it username, then equals, and then we will use the object that we created. So we created scan. So scan at next line. Okay, this one, and then semicolon. Okay, and then after this, guys, for example, we want to ask again the user to enter the password. So let's say system.out.println. Okay, and then here we will ask them to enter password. Okay, so after this we will declare another variable of string wherein we will save the password. So string password equals scan, so the name of the object, and then next line. So we will use next line, guys, because we are going to save the value string. Okay, that's why we are using next line. Okay, so here we will try by using the system.out.println, and then we will print here if the username and password will be saved in these variables. Okay, so we will put here username is, and then like this, and then we will add the username that we created, the variable username. All right, and then we can just put here another system.out.println, and then let's say password is, and then let's just make it plus and password. All right, so here, guys, this example that I've created. So first we import the scanner class. So using this one, using this import, we can use the scanner inside the main method. Okay. And then next is we create an object so that we can use the scanner. And the name of the object that we created is scan. All right. And then new scanner system.in. And then here we will ask the user to enter the username, and then the value that the user will input inside the username will be saved here in this variable username. And then next, we will ask the user to enter password, and then the password that they will enter will be saved here. And then here, using this toSystem.out, we will display what's the username and the password that the user has entered. Okay, so let's try this example, guys. So let me just run this file and we will see if it's going to work. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, guys, here, so let me make it bigger. So as you can see here, let me make it bigger more. Okay. So you can see here, guys, the output, it's asking for the username, right? It's asking username. So we can just put here, let's say the username is Justine. Okay. And then if you enter, it will ask again, enter password. So let's say the password is 1234556. Okay. And then Justine. All right. So the username is Justine. Password is 1234556 Justine. And then if we enter, so you can see the value that the user has entered will be displayed. Username is Justine. Password is 12345 and 6. Okay. So that is how you use scanner class, guys, in Java. Okay. So meaning we can ask the user any values to enter, and then we can use that value in our program. Okay, so that's how we use the Java scanner in Java. Okay, so next, guys, let's proceed. So I hope you guys understand how to use scanner, but later on I will show you more examples. Okay, so let's proceed for now on our discussion. So input types. So in the example that I showed you guys, we use next line method, right? So next line method is used to read strings. Okay, you have to remember that. If your variable is string, so the method that you're going to use is next line. All right? Of course, there are other data types like int, double. Okay, so to read those other types, these are the methods that you can use. Okay? So if you are going to read a value that is a Boolean type, so the method that you're going to use is next Boolean. And then if you're going to read a value byte, so the method is next byte. And then if you are going to read a double value, so the method is next double with uppercase D. All right, and then if you're going to read a float, so the method is next float with uppercase F. And then if you're going to read int, so the value is the method is next int. And then this is the example earlier. If you're going to read a string, so it should be next line. And then if you're going to read long, it should be next. The method will be next long. And then if you're going to read short, the method will be next short. Okay. So what you're going to remember here, guys, is commonly, guys, what we're going to use in our programs will be int and double and string. So you just have to remember, if double, it should be next double. If int, it should be next int. And if it's string, it should be next line. Okay? So those are the different methods, guys, that you can use in Java programming using scanner class. Okay? So I already showed you guys how to how to use the next line method, right? So I forgot to tell you this, guys. If you are finished, for example, you are finished with using your scan or your scanner class, you can just put here scan dot close, okay? So meaning you just close the scan, okay? The scan object or the scanner class. So you can use this or you can just not use that, okay? It's okay, whatever you want. You can close it or you can just leave it, okay? All right, so now guys, I'm going to show you more example, okay? In this example, guys, I've used the next line, right? So now guys, I'm going to show you another example using next int, okay? So we're going to use next int. So let me just delete this, okay? Or maybe I'll just put here another one, another Java main class, and then here let's say scanner int, okay? So the name of my class here for the next int, okay, I put here next int. So finish. So I just created a new class named scanner next int. All right. So again, guys, the first thing that you're going to put here is you have to import java.util.scanner semicolon, okay, so that we can use the scanner class in Java. And the next is inside our main method, guys. In this example, I will use the next int, right? So I'll just create an object. So you have to remember this, guys. After you import the scanner Java, make sure that you will create an object, okay? So let's say scanner, and then earlier I used scan, right? So you can use any name. So let's say I will put here input, okay? So scanner input, and then equals, and then new scanner, and then system dot in, all right, and then semicolon. So now you already input the scanner, and you already create an object. So next is, let's say system dot out dot println, okay, println, and then we will ask the user, let's say enter, and okay, what's happening? All right, so here we'll put enter an integer, okay, let's say like this, and semicolon, okay, and then after this we will use the next int, right? Because we are going to use integer. So first, you have to declare a variable, let's say data1. So here, I created a variable named data1, and the data type is int. And of course, we will save here the value that they will enter in enter an integer. So int data1 equals, okay, and then the name of our object is input. So input dot next int, okay, and then semicolon. All right. After this, you can just system dot out dot print ln, and then let's say we will display integer is, and then let's say plus, and then the name of our variable is data1, right? Okay, so using this program, guys, we will get the value of integer that the user will input. So let's try this. So run file. Okay, let's make it bigger. Okay, it's compiling. And as you can see, guys, it's displaying enter an integer. So let's say we will type here 50. So you can see it will display integer is 50. Okay, so that is how you will use the next int. Okay, so now guys, here I'm going to so this is next int. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to show you guys another example using next double. Okay, because these are the most common methods that we are going to use. So here we're going to use next double. So before public class, we can just put here import java.util.scanner, then semicolon. Okay, and inside our main method, we will create an object. Okay, scanner, and then let's say scan equals new scanner, and then open and close parentheses, and then system dot in, and then semicolon at the end. Okay, this is how you create an object. And then after this, we can ask the user system dot out dot print ln, and then let's say enter a double value. Okay, space and then semicolon at the end, and here we will just create a variable so that we can save the value that the user will enter. So we're using here double, so double, and then let's say value is equals to the name of our object is scan. So scan dot next double. Okay, and then semicolon, and then here we will system dot out dot print ln. Okay, and then we will display here the double value is, and then you just put here plus, and then the name of our variable is value, and then semicolon. Okay, so this is how you will use next double, guys. Okay, so first, again, remember import scanner class, and then create an object of scanner. You can put any names here aside from scan input, any names. Okay, and then here we ask to enter a double value, and then here we will save the value in the variable name value, and then here we use the method scan dot next double because the variable or the data type is double. Okay, and then here we just display the double value is, and then value. So let's try to run this. Okay, let's make it bigger. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's successfully running. So it's asking enter a double value. So I have to enter here, let's say 25.25. And if I enter, it will display the double value is 25.25. Okay, so guys, that is how you will use the next double. Okay, so the examples that I show you guys is using next line, next int, and then here is the next double. Okay, so all those examples, guys, that I've showed you, it's only reading the value, right, and then displaying it. So you can use that values, guys, to perform a program. So let's say we want to add two numbers. Okay, so let's say, guys, I'm going to show you an example. We want to add two numbers that the user will enter any number. Okay, and let's say we will use double. Okay, so we are going to use this. Okay, guys, so we're going to use the scanner scan and the import scanner. Okay, so here we will add two numbers using the um, scanner class. Okay, the inputs that the user will enter. Okay, you can also do this, guys. So let's say you already create an object of scanner, and then we will add two numbers, right? So you can declare here already the variable. So let's say we will save the two numbers in here. So let's say num1, okay, and then double num2, okay. So here we already like declare the variable. So we can also do it like this, guys. Okay, double num1 and then comma and then num2. Right? So after this, we can now system dot out dot print ln. All right, and then let's say enter first number. Okay, and then we can just put here we want to save the first number in num1, right? So we can just put here num1 equals, and then the name of our object is scan, and then scan dot next double, okay, because we use double, so semicolon. So now we already asked for the first number, and then it will be saved in num1. And then let's say we want to ask again system dot out dot print ln, and then let's say enter second number. Okay, and then here we will just save the second number to num2. So num2 equals scan dot next double. Okay, then semicolon. So now, guys, we already have the num1, the value for num1, and the value for num2, and we want to add these two numbers, right? So we can just add here another variable, guys. So let's declare first double sum. All right, so we already have, so the value of the sum will be saved in this variable. Okay, so we can just put here sum equals num1 plus num2. Okay, so using this line of code, we will now add the num1 and the num2. So to check if it really works, guys, so we will use system dot out dot print ln, and then let's say the sum of two numbers is, and then space, and then we'll just put here plus, and then the value is, the answer is inside the sum, so semicolon. Right, so this is the program, guys, on how you will add two numbers that the user will enter, any number that is double. Okay, so we can just so let's review first, guys. We import the scanner, and then inside the main method we create an object scan for scanner, and then we declare num1 and num2 double, and we also declare sum double, and here we ask the user to enter the first number, and then here we will save the first number in num1 using that next double, and then here we ask the user to enter second number, and we save the second number in num2 using next double, and then here we perform a mathematical equation. We add the num1 and num2, and it is saved in variable sum, and here we display the sum of two numbers is, and then the answer or the sum. Okay, so let's try, guys, and run this program if it's going to work. Okay, so let me make it bigger. Okay, guys, as you can see here, okay, it's displaying enter first number. So let's say my first number is 54.56. Enter. And then it's asking enter second number. So let's say 100.20. And then as you can see, it's displaying the sum of two numbers is 154.76. Okay, and that is correct, right? So as you can see here, guys, this is the output of this program that I created on how to add two numbers using Java scanner class. Okay? So that is how you use, guys, the scanner class in Java. Okay? So that's the end of our discussion, guys. And those are all the examples that I showed you guys on using scanner class in Java. Okay? So now, guys, um, at this time, I want to ask you guys if you have some questions. So if you have some questions, type your question on the chat box of the Google meeting. And then if you don't have any questions, you can just type no question. Okay? So if you have some question, type your question in the Google meeting and I will answer you. If you understand the lesson on how to use scanner class, and you don't have any question, type no question. Okay? Alright. So if you don't have any questions, guys, we will now proceed, guys, with your activity. Okay? And your activity is this. Okay? So the worksheet 4.1 Java scanner class. Okay? So here in this activity, guys, you're going to create a program. Okay, using NetBeans, of course. And you're going to use scanner class. Okay. So, of course, you will put your nickname, your class, and number. And here, I've provided here on how to use scanner class so that you can just look here if you forgot, in case you will forget how to use scanner class. So this is how you use it. So first, you use import java.util.scanner, okay, to indicate that we will use the scanner class in our program. And then create an object of the class to use any method inside the scanner class. Okay, just like this one. Scanner, my obj equals new scanner system.in. Okay, this is how you will use scanner class in Java. Alright, so let's proceed, guys, now on your activity. Okay, so here on part 1, so time for programming. Okay, okay, should be time to program. Alright, so number 1, create a program to calculate the area of triangle. Okay, so here, guys, I want you to calculate the area of triangle using Java scanner class. Okay, and here I displayed here the example output when you run your program. It should be displaying first the formula of area of triangle is base times height divided by 2, right? So the first is, next is you will display input the value of the base and then you will enter a value. So let's say here in my example, I entered the value 40 for the base. And then next, after you enter, you will input the value of height. And then in my example, I've entered 50. And then after I entered 50, it should display the area of this triangle is 1000. Okay? And then after that, I want you to display programming by Teacher Justine. And for you guys, you will change Teacher Justine to your nickname. Okay? It should be programming by and then your nickname, your class, and then your number. Okay? So that's number 1. Calculate the area of rectangle. So I want you to insert your programming here. Okay, the program and paste your program here. Okay, and then the output, you can just delete this and put your output, your own output. Okay, and your program should be here on the yellow box. Okay, so that's number 1. And then number 2, guys, I want you to use the scanner class and display your informations. Okay, so in this example, input your name and then type your name. All right, and then input your gender. So you can put here male or female or M or F. And then for gender, all right, for gender, for age, for age. So your age should be here. And then for mobile number, put it here. And then GPA, all right. And then after you put all these inputs, okay, you can see all these color reds. These are all inputs. And this one, you will display. Your name is, and then Justine, and then age is 23, gender is M or male, mobile number is, and then this is the number, and GPA is, okay? So you have to use here the scanner class to display all these informations, okay? So for the name, guys, you can use the data type string. For the gender, you can also use data type string, okay? For age, you can use data type int or integer. And then for mobile number, since these are like a lot of numbers, right? So you can use data type here string, okay? String or long, okay? And then for GPA, you can use here double, okay? So that's number 2. And then number 3, guys, is create a program to calculate the Fahrenheit to Celsius, okay, conversion. So it's very easy because you just have to ask the user to insert Fahrenheit, and then the user can input any number, and then you just have to display here. First, of course, you have to calculate the conversion. What's the formula on how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius? This is the formula, okay? To convert temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius, subtract 32 and multiply by 0.556, okay? So this is an example, 50 degree Fahrenheit minus 32 and then times 0.556 and then equals, the answer is the Celsius. Okay, that's how you calculate Fahrenheit to Celsius. After you calculate, guys, so in this example, you will display 103 Fahrenheit change to Celsius, and then the value of Celsius is equals to 37.94748 Celsius. All right, and then here in this example, programming by, and then I want you to put your nickname, your class, and your number. Okay, so this is the example output that should be displaying in your program. And then, of course, you have to capture your program, paste your program here, screenshot, and then for the output, you can just delete this and put your own output, your screenshot of your output, okay? That's number 3. And then for number 4, guys, I will give you additional points if you follow and you do the examples that I've showed you during the lessons. Okay, if you did it, so take a screenshot and paste your screenshot here, and I will give you additional points if you do my examples. Okay? Alright, so that is your activity for today, guys. And that is our lesson on Java Scanner class. And I hope, guys, that you are now more familiar with Java using Scanner class after this discussion. And also, using this worksheet that I gave you, you will understand more how to use Scanner class in Java programming. Okay? So that is all for our discussion about Scanner class, guys. You can now do your activity in this worksheet 4.1. And in case you have some questions, or you have some clarifications, or you need help in your Java program, just let me know on the Google Meeting, okay? So, yeah, you can start now, guys, doing your activity in Java Scanner class.